Welcome to another installment of the PineScript Lab series. In this video, we learn how to detect descending triangles with PineScript on TradingView. Descending triangles are defined by a falling upper trend line and an horizontal lower trend line. It is a chart pattern used in technical analysis to predict the continuation of a downtrend. Let's now move over to TradingView and dive in. To detect descending triangles, we leverage the code we already developed to identify ascending triangles. If you haven't watched the video on this, I invite you to check it out for more details. Don't worry though, we'll still go through the code as we adjust it for detecting descending triangles. Essentially, we're using higher time frame data to identify the chart pattern. We'll first quickly change our mentions of ascending to descending, like so. Let's save. No errors? Good. Let's now review our script inputs. We'll still rely on a minimum number of consecutive higher time frame bars that fit the pattern criteria. So we'll keep our higher time frame input and minimum valid bars input unchanged. However, since we're detecting descending triangles instead of ascending triangles, we'll use a low factor instead of a high factor. So let's change it accordingly, like so, where the low factor is to be applied on higher time frame bars low as a proportion of the distance between the reference bar low and open close. And we keep our input to turn the triangle adjustment functionality on or off. So no change here. Now we're ready to change our algorithm to detect descending triangles. Since we're still scanning consecutive higher time frame bars for detection, we don't need to change how we manage higher time frame data. We should just modify our pattern detection criteria. First, higher time frame highs should be decreasing. This means that our current bar high should be less than the previous bar high at index I plus 1. Then the higher time frame open close should stay above the reference bar low. So our minimum between the current bar close and open must be more than the reference bar low. Lastly, when our low factor is enabled, so instead of high enabled, we use our input low enabled, it should be applied on the higher time frame lows. So instead of high, we use low, and it must be less than the minimum of the reference bar open close minus the low factor multiplied by the distance between the reference bar low and open close. So the minimum open close of the reference bar minus the reference bar low. And that should be it for the criteria. Next, for our triangle definition, our initial coordinates should stay unchanged. Our top will be the reference bar high, our bottom will be the reference bar low, the left will be the reference bar right index, and for the right, it will be the current bar right index plus a higher time frame adjustment to the right of 1. Then, if we are to adjust the triangle on highest lowest values with invalid bars, our descending triangle top will be equal to the highest value, so lowest to highest. Our left coordinate will be the bar index of the highest index. And if our lowest value is more than the triangle bottom, our triangle bottom will become the lowest value. We're just missing the index of the highest value, so let's retrieve it. Like so. Finally, we just need to visualize the triangle upon detection. Let's scroll to the end. Our lower trend line should be at the bottom of the triangle, and our upper trend line should go from the top to the bottom of the triangle. And then we can change the color from green to red, like so. Let's save. No errors. Good. To test it out, we're going to use a little trick. Temporarily turning our indicator into a strategy, and then take trades that we exit immediately upon detection. Let's save. Now we can use the strategy tester zoom feature to jump from one detection to the other. Let's look at some more. Example 20. Looks pretty good. Looks great. Great again. Let's try to change our higher time frame to 10 minutes, for example. Looks good. Looks pretty good too. Looks a bit less relevant here. However, we could change our low factor, maybe add 0.5, and it is not detected. So we can tighten or loosen our detection as needed. What's great? Awesome! We did it! I hope you enjoyed learning how to detect descending triangles using higher time frame data with PineScript. And we were able to quickly explore this new feature, adapting code already written for this new purpose. All this to show that as your practice expands and your expertise grows, so does your speed and creativity. Remember, trading is a journey, and mastering PineScript is just one step along the way. If you have any questions or suggestions for future topics, please feel free to leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.